Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. Sims 4 video, speed build, and a color challenge. This week, I thought I would try unusual color combinations and see how I do. Now, the first one is obviously tame. I just chose black and white. And I like the way it turned out. It's very modern. I think I'm so excited about the Art Deco theme that's coming to that pack that I thought I would give it a go. However, I knew it before I think I even said too much about it. The rounded walls, not impressed. I hope that they fix it before they release it, but you know their track record would indicate otherwise. They're not going to do it. They're just going to release it and say, well, you deal with it. And that's kind of sad. Because I look forward to making Art Deco style buildings. There are a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of them, but there are some right in where I live, in my area. And I've always wanted to try it in The Sims. But it's virtually impossible. Ooh, I just said virtually impossible. I'm sorry. It's really difficult without the rounded wall. But the biggest problem, well, no, aside from the windows, there are a select, very minor select few. And a majority of the windows that do fit on a rounded wall, I can't stand them. They're base game windows that I just don't like. But it's almost impossible to put anything against those walls inside. So it's not making any sense. I don't know why they would do it if they haven't perfected it. And I already have major difficulty with rounding decks. Oh man, it is so frustrating to try and work with those. And these rounded walls are turning out to be the same thing based on the few videos that I have watched of the lucky few who get to have the pack before it comes out. They're not having any more luck with it than I would. So, oh well. But I'd like to give it a shot. Oh well, hey, no, it is coming with base game. Yeah, okay. That's good. Maybe not. I don't know. I am looking forward to attempting to make a building like that. See if I can even do it. I don't know. I'm trying to psych myself up and I don't think it's going to work. Because going into it knowing the problems that are there is going to make me not want to attempt. I don't know. I chose this tiny lot because I figured this particular color combination, going overboard is a bad idea, and having too much of it is also a bad idea. I didn't want too big of a house having too much of these two colors in it. But I tried. The hardest thing for me was trying to break up the combinations. So getting too much of white in one area and too much of black in another, that was tough. I worried about the flooring. And then I said, well, if the floor is one color, the walls have to be another color. And then when I went with a certain type of wall and I'm like, well, this isn't working. Oh dear. So it took me a while to get this complete. And then I took yesterday off. Yesterday was Sunday. And I was not doing well again. So I just took the day off from doing anything at all. And I relaxed. I got some reading in. I took a nap, which is very rare. It's hard for me to do that, but I needed it. And it gave me a lot of time to think, I'll tell you that much. I have been beating myself up again And that always happens. The stress and the strain of knowing I'm quickly going broke is too terrifying for me to handle. And I want to shut down. I desperately want to shut down and crawl into a hole and just forget everything until the fear passes. And I don't want to do that this time. Oh boy, it's not easy because I don't know how. Everybody's got a solution to every problem except for me. But I would like to figure it out, so I'm pushing myself. And I just hope it doesn't reflect in my work. Gosh, I hope it doesn't end up looking all, depressing and ugly and boring. And oh my goodness, I don't want to let that happen either, but I'm going to try as hard as I can to push myself forward. As bleak as things have become, and I knew this day was coming, I want to keep trying. I'm not going to say hope for the best. I lost hope such a long time ago. I'll never get hope back, but I just want to try something different. So yeah, I ended up changing the floor because the walls were a little on the odd side. It's like a half and half. But I have to admit, I like the way this house came out. I wouldn't mind living in a house that looked like this. And I think my sim really enjoyed it as well. She was pretty happy. She's cute. She's a very cute sim. I've always been sad since they got rid of the 70s afro in the game. So the curliest hair you can find, sometimes that works for me. Lifts my mood. And I know there's gray. It's difficult because the game offers the ability to choose by color. But then what it shows is not quite the color you asked. There's a lot of gray in here. There's a lot of off-white in here. So if you want stark white and stark black, you've got to really hunt for it. And I accepted the off-white and the grayish tones, and I hope that's okay. It's not a hard and fast challenge. It's nothing like that. This is just something I wanted to do. I looked at the color wheel. It's so weird. I know there was a time when you were taught that certain colors clash, and I thought it was the colors alongside. I know exact opposites are what look best, right? So if one color's on one side of the wheel, the color on the exact opposite side of the wheel is what goes best with it. But there was a rule about colors that clash, and I cannot even remember what that rule is anymore, much less see it. It was a hard and fast rule, and now all of a sudden, I look at a color wheel and everything looks great together. I don't see any clashing, and I don't know what went wrong. So it's difficult for me to pick weird colors, wacky colors to combine. Because I'm like, well, I think this looks fine. Well, this isn't all that bad together. These two colors don't look all that awful together. I don't know what happened. If you knew what that rule was, I would appreciate it if you'd let me know, because I even tried looking it up, and it's just not available. Maybe I should say back in the old days when people... It was kind of along the same lines as wearing white after Labor Day. And it made sense to a certain extent, because I'm sorry, I still think that someone walking around in a white blouse and a white skirt with white boots on in the dead of winter, it just stands out and it looks unusual to me. I'm sorry. I think it looks strange. It's just too stark of a color for already stark, cold, drab white season, at least where I live. Maybe it looks fine down in Florida. I don't know. But this is about it. I didn't go overboard with the landscaping or anything. But I like the way it turned out, and I hope that you guys do too. Thank you so much for sticking with me all the way to the end. Supporting my channel as well. I appreciate that. Those windows might be a weird choice. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. Take good care of yourselves and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.